Okay. Thank you for participating today. We are joined by Norfolk State's Jaylen Hawkins, and we'll begin the press conference. I ask that you please use the raise hand function to indicate whether you would like to ask a question when you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Our first question will be from Adam Winkler, WTKR.
Jaylen, congrats on the win.
I appreciate you.
You guys waited 9 years to get back in the big dance. You knew it wasn't going to be easy. It looked like you were coasting at halftime. Can you take us through the emotions of not only the second half, but those final few seconds, and then obviously the elation afterwards?
Our coach always told us to stay positive coming out. We came out second half kind of slow, but he told us to stay positive, fight through it. And we top 30 in defense. We're not top 30 in defense for no reason. So we knew we had to get a stop to win the game.
Next question is from Scott Cash, WVEC.
Just share with us your feeling of your first March Madness experience. What was that like?
It was an amazing experience. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy me and my team made it here. It was a tough year, long year. We stayed together. We here. We dancing. That was the big goal of the year, from start to finish.
Our next question comes from John Warrow from the Associated Press.
Hey, Jaylen. John Warrell with the Associated Press here calling on the line. Just wondering the relief that you guys felt and the jubilation you felt. Now, how do you look ahead to? Is it too early to look ahead at Gonzaga, or you just enjoy this moment?
No, it starts tonight. We start our scout tonight. Everything we locked in. Friday night, Saturday night, we locked in.
Our next question comes from Reese Becker. Reese, if you'd identify your media outlet, please.
Yes, Reese Becker from Fifth Quarter. Joe, how's it feel to have a once-in-a-lifetime performance in this kind of a stage?
I feel amazing right now. I'm kind of excited. I stay positive all year. I've been in the gym all year, night in, night out, early morning, 6 a.m. I knew it was bound to happen. God was with me tonight. Thankful for him.
Next question comes from Stefan Krajisnik from the Indianapolis Star.
Hey, Jaylen, Stefan Krajisnik here with the Indy Star. It kind of seemed like pregame and throughout the game, this is just a team that kind of plays well together, has a lot of fun together. Just how close is this team now at this point of the season, and how much easier does that make that when you're so close and Appalachian State makes that run late in the game?
We was kind of panicking a little bit because we wasn't expecting them to come back so fast off of how they did. But once again, our coach told us to stay positive, play defense. That's what we strive on. So we knew we had to play defense from the jump.
They never got away from their identity. They're not a big time three-point shooting team, so they didn't try to get it all back right away. Although,
next question is Joe Dillard Jr., and if you would identify your media outlet, please.
Yes, Joe Dillard with Legacy Maker Sports Network here. And talk to me about how it felt to come off the bench and give your team a spark. And did you feel a certain moment being hot, or did it kind of all just come in the rhythm?
I kind of got hot off of my second three-pointer, but I kind of come off the bench, give my team the spark all year. Coming off six-man, I kind of like that, but that's really it.
Awesome.
Next question is from Matt Hatfield from 94.1 ESPN Radio.
Hey, Jaylen, congrats on the win. Tell me about what you're thinking there when Devontae goes to the foul line, 2 clutch free throws. I know he had a rough night, but just the confidence you guys, him with the ball in his hand late, what he does for you guys.
I knew they was good. He struggled earlier on in the season on his free throws, but like I said, we was in the gym, night in, night out, early mornings. I knew they was good. I didn't even have to look at them. I trust them.
our final question for our player is, let's see, Danny Barletta from the Daily Campus.
Hey, Jaylen, congrats on the win. Obviously a career night for you. Is this what you kind of pictured when you transferred to Norfolk State?
Yes, sir. 100%.
Jaylen, thank you so much for your time and best of luck in the next round. And we will be joined momentarily by Coach Robert Jones.
Okay, I appreciate everybody for the questions too. Have a blessed day.
I would ask the media that please use this time to raise or lower your hand as necessary.
Oh, man. This is crazy.
Coach, congratulations. We are now joined by Coach Robert Jones, and we will begin with an opening statement from Coach and then go to questions.
Wow, what a game. I mean, March Madness is back, right? Survive in advance, and that's exactly what we did. We knew that Appalachian State wasn't going to go away. They came back from a big deficit earlier in the season to another opponent, so we told the guys that, and they did it. And then we went cold, and they got hot, and it made it a basketball game. It's a tournament of champions, so 16 points is not really a big lead when a tournament of champions because everyone has championship pedigree. But once again, I like to say kudos to my guys for relaxing and staying calm down the stretch when we could have easily folded when App got up. I think they got up 4 points, and we kept our calm and we was able to survive in advance and able to cancel that 9:30 flight tomorrow.
Okay, Coach, our first question comes from Adam Winkler.
Coach, congrats on the stress-free dub.
I got more grays in my beard now. I'll tell you that much. Jeez, great.
Other than hopefully how to pronounce the city of Norfolk, what did the country learn about your squad tonight?
Resilience. That's something that we've been preaching all year. We came back from being down 17 against George Mason early this year. We had to, and that was a different type of adversity. So this time was adversity. We were up 16. They came to the lead, and we fought back. And we got a bunch of fighters, man. From the players to the managers. I mean, everyone has different paths in their lives, and everybody's a bunch of fighters. And we try to stay as long as possible.
Our next question comes from Reese Becker.
Hey, Coach. In your TV interview, you said that you already had a scout on Gonzaga, and Jaylen said that the work begins tonight. So I just was wondering, how long do you guys usually work on scouting, right after a game, and what time tonight do you think you guys will end up going to bed?
From a coaching standpoint?
Yes, sir.
I don't know when I'm going to go to sleep, honestly. I don't know when other coaches are going to go to sleep because we usually do scout 2 days in advance for our players to start getting familiar with the next opponent. Obviously, tomorrow is only going to be a 24-hour in advance scout and of course, shoot around the day of. But as far as, preparing it and giving it to the guys, we're going to stay up all night to finish it. I mean, we've already started as coaches because we believed in this team. We believed that we were going to play them, so we already started. But now we're going to finish it and then be ready to present to the team tomorrow.
Our next question comes from Scott Cash, WVEC.
What do you have to say about Jaylen Hawkins?
He drives me crazy. He knows it. But Jayhawk showed up tonight. We needed every single bucket that he gave us. I'm not quite sure exactly what he finished with, but I know he had 20 at half, and we needed every single bucket of it to win by one. It seemed like every game today was a low-scoring game for the most part. I'm not quite sure what the Drake-Wichita State game was, but I know the other two were, including ours, so other three. But, we needed every single point that he gave us, and, he did a great job. Especially picking up when Devontae Carter didn't have his best game. Keontae Chavez didn't have his best game. Joe Bryant didn't have his best game, but that's why we're a team, and other guys stepped up.
Next question from Stefan Krajiznik from the Indianapolis Star.
Coach, it seemed like pregame in the layup lines, your guys were throwing some dunks down and pretty engaged on the bench throughout the game. I mean, just how much fun does this team have playing together, and how much does that help, in games like this?
It means everything. I mean, let's face it, 500 people. Honestly, that's probably the most people we've played in front of all year. So we've been having to bring our own energy all year, and we talk about that all the time about manufacturing energy, BYOE, right? Bring your own energy. So we've been doing that all year, and these guys love each other like brothers. I mean, when you say family, you can see it. Forget about me preaching it. You can see it that these guys are family, and they want to do everything they can for their family, and then the family didn't want to go home tonight.
Next question is from Joe Dillard Jr. And Joe, if you could identify your media outlet.
Yeah, this is Joe of Legacy Maker Sports here. How you doing, Coach? Congratulations, man.
Hey, how you doing, Joe? I appreciate you.
Good. So how great is it to have the guys trust the process and to come out and execute so well in the first half, and then also to trust the resiliency of relying on defense in the second half, and as they said earlier, making a positive approach toward everything and trusting it all the way through?
First half, obviously we got just about any shot that we wanted. We were executing to a T. We were executing the game plan to a T. That's sometimes the risk you take. I can't say take, but the risk you have when your team is doing so well, and then there's a 16-point game at halftime. You try to tell these guys that 16 points isn't nothing, But once again, you're dealing with 18 to 22-year-olds, and sometimes that message doesn't always resonate until it gets a little sticky. And then when it got a little sticky, the guys, responded, and we did execute in the stretches that we needed to, and we executed defensively to finish the game. We got what we call a turkey, like bowling. We got 3 strikes in a row. We got 3 stops in a row to finish the game, and that's exactly what we talk about every day in practice, a turkey.
Excellent job.
Next question from John Warrow from the Associated Press.
Hey, Robert, congrats on the win. John Worrell with the AP. Just wondering, how do you approach going from the euphoria and relief of winning this game to now facing the #1 team in the nation? How do you approach that? You're laughing, you're smiling, but how do you approach that with your team, knowing that this is going to be what you're going to be facing anyways?
I mean, you take it with a grain of salt. Like I tell people all the time, man, the pressure was getting here, being from a 1-bid lead. Everybody who's in a 1-bid league across the country, that's where all the pressure's at, is trying to get here. Once you get here, you play with house money. And, it's like, you just got to go out and play. Yeah, I know we're playing the Lakers and of college basketball, the Brooklyn Nets of college basketball. They got 3 All-Americans, I think 1 first team, 2 third team. And we know it's going to be a challenge. We know, it's no secret that it's going to be a challenge. But at the same time, we have to lace them up and we have to play the basketball game. We've been in a situation before as a program with Missouri and Alabama and NIT and things like that, and no one gave us a shot, and we were able to come out on top. This is a whole different animal in Gonzaga, and we understand that. Trust me, we understand that. But at the same time, as a program, we have the 2 largest victories by point spread in both the NIT and the NCAA, so why not do it again?
Next question comes from Matt Hatfield from 94.1 ESPN Radio.
Coach, congrats on the win. I asked Jaylen Hawkins about Devontae Carter at the end of 2 free throws. Any doubt? And he didn't have a doubt at all. How about you? A little bit nervous there. And what's it say for him to come through in that spot, given, that's a pressurized spot there for him to come through with that, having not his best night?
To be honest with you, I would have probably had more doubt at the beginning of the year than I do at the end. As everyone knows, Devontae Carter's overall free throw percentage isn't that great. But if you look at the last 10 to 12 games, it's actually pretty good. So with that being said, I didn't really have a lot of doubt. What I did, though, I told the bench, no one talked to him on the bench. Because, sometimes you get somebody, hey, 10 toes to the rim, elbow in. Don't say anything to him. Let him just go up there and shoot the free throws. And kudos to that young man who didn't have the greatest game. But like I told him in the locker room when he was crying, that without him, we wouldn't even be in the situation that we're in right now anyway. So stars are allowed to have bad games too. So, he'll have a better game hopefully on Saturday.
Next question comes from Sean Robertson, WTVR.
Can you hear me now, Coach?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Sean Robertson, CBS 6 in Richmond, Virginia. Congratulations on the win. We talked after the MEAC championship about what it meant to return to the NCAA for the program. But now that you got this win, what does that say not only for your program, but for the MEAC as a whole to get this victory to move on into the NCAA tournament?
I mean, it's amazing that 2 HBCUs moved on tonight. You know, and I don't know if that's the first time or whatever it is, but that's just amazing. It just shows that, you know, basketball you can play across the country, you know, and for us, that's the first MEAC win, I think, in a long time, honestly. There's been a lot of teams that got to the tournament but haven't got a win, and we were able to get a MEAC win, and, you know, it's just tremendous. I'm happy. I'm happy for the conference. I'm happy for the school. I'm happy for the young men in that locker room. You know, it's never about me. It's about everybody else, and I'm happy for HBCUs. I'm happy for, you know, everybody.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Adam Winkler, WTKR.
Maybe Adam left.
Final question comes from Kevin McCaskill Jr., and if you would identify your media organization.
My media organization is FP Sports, Forest Park Media.
Hey, Kevin.
Can you hear,
Yeah,
you hear me, Coach?
Yes, I got you, sir.
Can you beat Gonzaga in the next round if Devontae Carter has another bad shooting night?
No. that might have been the simplest answer all night. But everybody, we can, not just Devontae Carter, Joe Bryant, Keontae Chavis, J.J. Matthews have to give us more. There's a lot of guys that didn't play well tonight, and we were still able to win. So, you know, these guys owe it to themselves, owe it to the team to make sure they have a better game on Saturday.
Thank you, Coach, and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks,
and
guys.
wish you the best
Appreciate
of
you.
luck.
See you on Saturday.
Okay, for everyone else, that's it for this post-game news conference. A transcript of the coach's interview will be provided by ASAP Sports and posted along with the recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.ver.